Hi, welcome to my home office and listening room. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Schiit Audio Lyr hybrid tube and solid state headphone amplifier. As you can see, I'm zooming in on it right now, and I'll also put some stock photos in this video of the amplifier so you can kind of see it from all sides and from the back and stuff like that. But I have to say I'm pretty happy with this amplifier, and it's sort of behind my big monitor there, so I don't really have room to move it over to the right a little bit, unfortunately. I also need to mention that the tubes don't normally stick up that high. I have some aftermarket tube extenders which actually make them stick up higher, which I put in between the tube and the tube socket inside the in the amplifier, just because I like the look of it better, and also it helps keep the tubes a little bit cooler too, because they're sitting outside, up and outside of the chassis of the amplifier. So the Schiit Audio Lyr is primarily marketed as a powerful headphone amplifier that is great for driving all kinds of headphones, including very hard to drive headphones. But it also is unique in that it has a preamp line out RCA jacks on the back as well. So I'm using it to connect to my Audio Engine A5 Plus speakers as well as a headphone amplifier. And it works very well in both cases, because I can actually roll in different tubes and benefit from the different sounding tubes, both on speakers as well as on headphones. So that's really a plus. Now, I do have to mention the Lyr does not have a switch, so when you plug in the headphones, if you are connected to speakers via the line outputs on the back, you're also going to get audio out of the speakers as well. But you can simply turn off the speakers and then it's no problem. When you're on headphones, you don't hear the speakers. I've solved the issue a little bit by installing one of these. It's just a remote control that plugs in between the power outlet of the speakers and the wall, and I can just power on my speakers on and off with this remote control. It's like a $20 remote control. So I don't have to actually reach behind the speakers to turn them off all the time, which is a lot more convenient. I believe currently the Lyr retails for about $450. It's made in the USA in California. It's got a really nice look and build quality, as you can see. It's all aluminum and just real sturdy feeling, and a great build quality. And again, it's really nice to be able to have the tube sound in the amplifier. If you're not familiar with tubes, they tend to have very good mid-range and a very silky, smooth, creamy kind of sound, which I really appreciate. And I find this amplifier can drive my Odyssey LCD2 headphones quite well, because those do tend to require a lot of power to sound really good and to sort of really shine. Even though they're only like a 60 ohm headphone, you would think that that wouldn't be that hard to drive, but they are orthodynamic headphones, and they do require a good amount of power to really sound good. Now, the way that I have this hooked up, I'm using it also with the Schiit Audio Bifrost DAC, which is quite a good DAC for the money. I sort of recommend that as well. And so it's hooked up to the computer, via USB to the DAC. And then from the Bifrost DAC, I'm using RCA outputs into the RCA inputs of the Lyr amplifier. Now, you can also stack the Lyr amplifier on top of the Bifrost, and it's a really cool look. Here's a picture of that. Now, I chose not to do that in my location, in my setup, just because if I did that, the whole setup would be a little bit high, and I think it would sort of impede on the speaker a little bit. It'd be up here into this, top of the speaker. So I'm using a 3-foot RCA going from the Bifrost DAC into the Lyr amp, and that's working quite well for me. So I've got the Bifrost on the other side of my desk, to the left, which you can't see in this video. But as you can see, the Lyr is on right now, and the tubes are glowing, and it just is a really cool look. Now, I don't want to list off all of the technical specifications of the Schiit Lyr amplifier. You can actually go to the website to learn all of that. But I have to say, I'm very impressed with it for the price paid. It sounds really nice and rich, and it just never hurts for power. It can output a whopping 6 watts of power through the headphone jack, and I think to date it's one of the most powerful headphone amplifiers. So it really doesn't strain or distort or anything like that at all for pretty much any headphones that you plug into them. Currently, the tubes that I'm running are Amperex Orange Globe tubes. That's sort of the nickname. If you do a search on like eBay for those, you can find them. And they're a really nice sort of full range sound, just very kind of a nice balanced type sound. most tubes are going to accentuate the mid-range a bit, which I really like, but these also have very good bass and good highs. So you'll find that as you swap in different tubes, they have different sound signatures. Some really emphasize the vocals a lot. Some have more pulled back vocals. So it just really is personal preference on that. But I have pretty much settled for now on the Amperex Orange Globe tubes, and I think they're really good tubes for the price paid. They've got a nice, just really silky smooth, rich sound that I really appreciate. So to sort of sum up, I really do like and appreciate the Schiit Lyr amplifier quite a bit, and do recommend it for the price. I think it's a really great amp, especially if you have hard to drive headphones. Certainly the sound signature is going to be a bit different than a solid state amplifier, so that's something to be aware of. Tube amplifiers do generally tend to have a bit more of a mid-rangey type sound than a solid state amplifier. If you want to find any more information or specs on either the Schiit Audio Lyr amplifier or the Schiit Audio Bifrost DAC that I've been talking about in this video, check the description field because I will link to their website below. I believe you can also sometimes get these for a good price on Amazon with free shipping from third-party sellers and stuff like that, so I'll also link to that as well. I'm really enjoying this setup quite a bit, and you may have seen my first look video a few months ago, so I thought I'd just do a follow-up video on them, because after living with them for quite a while, I'm still quite impressed. So thanks for watching this video, and as always, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. And take care everyone, I'll see you in my next video.